Hello, everybody. Breaking news out of Pedatstanpedople. As always, my name is I'm an asshole sucking nut, and this is tonight's Pedatstanpedople Daily Report. We begin tonight with another breaking news story. Yesterday, during Senator Jablomi, or the day before, I'm sorry, because I've been missing for the last couple of days. The day before, Senator Jablomi's testimony in court ended in a shooting gallery as he was assassinated, apparently, in broad daylight by an assassin who was later taken down by ROP Armed Forces. As you guys saw in the film, it was very, very, very traumatic and dramatic. However, miraculously, the senator is actually not dead. Despite being shot in the head and the chest multiple times, I think he was shot around 12 times, or I'm sorry, actually 17 times, I'm reading now. He was shot 17 times, and he's still breathing somehow due to the new recent declassification of new medical technology that is allowing him to be healed, so he may actually continue to testify. However, Judge Williams and Williams and the president have both indefinitely delayed the continuation of the trials, and they're actually thinking about having closed-door ceremonies in military bases in order to properly protect those who are testifying. Because the last two times, we had one person shoot himself in the face, and we had somebody else get shot in the face. So the president and the judge do not want anybody else getting shot in the face. Some disheartening and sad news. War is over. It ended 2 nights ago when the president's forces were forced to capitulate to the waifu world. However, we did win the conflict with Galapagos raiders. We were put into the beige protection block, but after that, the moment we were removed, we were attacked via espionage, and there was a terrorist attack on our nation which destroyed more infrastructure in Pedatstanpedople. The president has been briefed, and he has yet to give a press conference on this issue, but I believe he will be doing that soon. The elections are set to begin soon. I believe they're ahead of schedule, and they will begin next week. So we'll see how the new party system shakes out, and who will control the House of Pedople's House of Representatives. Excuse me. Also, the Senate is up for grabs. Speaker Schnitzels announced that he will resign and he will not pursue a further career in politics, especially after the debacle that happened with the former Speaker of the House, Dick Roberts, who is now deceased because he killed himself. In other news, domestically speaking, the president is increasing the military budget. He's also conscripted the construction of new planes, a new hangar, and a new dry dock, as well as increasing tank production. He wants the Army to be able to be strong enough to deter any attack, and should we get into another conflict, have the ability to have offensive capabilities without being taken out in the air. Air superiority is very important to the president, given this recent loss to waifu world in the war and our capitulation, which caused massive infrastructure damage and monetary theft, as well as resources that we had to capitulate to as well. So the president is trying to build up the army, and he wants to increase the ability of us to defend ourselves. So that's very comforting. Also, the president is thinking about pulling out of the Tertiapolis Treaty. Everybody, breaking news. I just discovered this, actually. So I had to insert this in the video where we talked about the Treaty of Tertia and how the president was going to pull out of it. But now, apparently Tertia doesn't exist anymore. And this nation is the whole reason why we went into war in the first place. And now I don't even see it here. I don't think it exists. So this is very interesting development. I'll see how this plays out, just as a little tidbit. But back to the rest of the news segment. More news has come out about the election, the fraudulent election. As Senator Jablomi testified during court, the former senator was in charge of bribing 3 voting machine companies. There were opinion voting machines, smart tragic voting machines, and Dumb a Bunyan, which the last one was from Spain. The first one was from Venezuela, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry. Smart Tragic Systems were from Venezuela, and the first one was from Canada. So, interesting as to where these voting machine companies are coming from. Also, in the midst of all this chaos, the president has released an album. I'll put the link in the description as always, so you guys can listen to the president's new music album. It's about the journey of this country, and I believe it is pretty telling. Listen closely, everybody. Now we go live to Klein Legal Schlingenbeigel, the president's top advisor, and he's got some very interesting information with us. So, good evening, Mr. Schlingenbeigel. Could you please, how are you doing tonight? And
I'm doing well, thank you.
What's going on in Pedatstanpedople today?
Okay, so we've got some breaking news to all you. Yeah, so the president is fighting for the laws. He's fighting for those to be passed. He has gotten the octagon is set to be built.
Interesting.
Tomorrow, elections set to take place, and we are building up the size of our military to defend against new attacks.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Schlingenbeigel. However, the first question I had to ask.
Yes.
So the president has indefinitely delayed the trials. We have
yes.
So he has no timetable. Does he have any timetable? The trials may begin again, and if they will be public again, like they were the first two times.
Okay, yeah. So the thing with the trials is, given the shit show and the utter fucking debacle that has occurred the past two times, the president has indefinitely delayed the trials. And he is looking at other options right now. However, he wants it to still be public because the public should still be there to see it. But we don't know how we're going to secure.
So he hasn't made a final decision?
No, he has not made a final decision. He has yet to make a
final decision on that issue. So the Secretary Nudzak was on the other night.
Yes.
And he wasn't able to break this news with me, but I understand that the president and the military are constructing the octagon.
Yes.
Which will be the new base of operations for our military. Did he receive any inspiration from that?
No, of
Possibly
course not.
From a different nation.
No, of course.
With a different shape.
Of course not. The idea of having a military building named after a shape is a completely novel one that the president had just come up with randomly. I don't know how he came up with it, but he came up with it nonetheless.
Okay, interesting.
And picked an octagon.
Okay, so
because the bad guys need to stop.
Next thing I have to ask. So I heard the president was thinking about pulling out of the Treaty of Tertiapolis.
Yes.
Given the fact that this recent loss to the waifu world, and it may have stirred up a hornet's nest as we were just recently attacked again. Is he thinking about pulling out from this treaty? And if he does, is he worried about any backlash potentially if he does decide to pull out of the treaty?
Yes, I understand. However, we have some breaking news on that front because we actually have no contact with the government of Turkey, and I can't even find any record of them currently existing in their current format. I have no idea what happened to them, but it's a very interesting situation here.
Okay,
so
let me ask you a couple more questions here.
Right, mate.
Okay, so the president is the new elections are coming up, and we have new evidence coming out.
Yes.
Senator Jablomi has testified, and first of all, I'd like to say it's miraculous that he somehow survived that incident. I was convinced he had died, but could you please explain to us how he's still alive?
Okay, yes. So the president has declassified medbed technology, which can actually heal you. Even post-death. I think your friend Jonathan on your show
so it's just one of those
did
miracles.
The same thing.
Okay, so with that being said,
a miracle. Technology.
The voting machine companies, and they were based out of 3 different countries. They're from Spain, Venezuela, and Canada. So is the president? So the president is aware that this is an international issue. So
he is. Yes.
Does he know exactly who's involved here?
Yes.
Is the rabbit hole? Has he finally gotten to the bottom of the rabbit hole here?
Yes, the president has indeed gotten to the bottom of the rabbit hole, and he knows exactly who and where they're involved and who is in charge. He has planned this for years. He knew exactly what was going to happen. happen. Yes.
Okay, very interesting information as
Yes.
always, Schlinenbagel. The last question I'll ask you, I
Okay.
guess.
Yes,
So
sir,
the
bruh.
president, has made it very clear
Yes.
that things are beginning to turn the tide
Yes.
here. Now I'm concerned a little bit about some issues going on in the Capitol here. I'm concerned about the much larger contingent of people than I initially expected to be against the
Yes.
voter ID laws.
The voter ID fight is continuing. Yes.
Is this still? Do you think still that there's something going on here that the president is either unaware of or unable to act upon at this time?
Of course.
Basically, what I'm asking you. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish my question.
Okay, Brad.
Basically, what
Go
I'm
ahead,
asking
quick.
you is this part of the plan, or is the plan adapting to the situation here?
No,
Like,
bruv.
what is happening?
The president knew exactly what was going to happen, and he planned this for years to come. He planned for every possible outcome. I don't know if you've ever heard of Project Looking Glass, but you might want to look that up because he knew about it in advance. Now he has been priding himself on predicting the future. So yes, indeed, he predicted
All right, well,
this.
thank
and
you
he's
so
a
much,
part of the
Mr.
plan.
Schlinenbagel. I would hope to have you on soon.
Yes, bruv, I've always.
Again, and
I
I
love
just
being your
once
guest.
again, whenever the president has time, he's always welcome on this show.
Of course.
Let me ask you one more time, though. Let me ask you one time.
Okay, bruv.
When's the next press briefing that the president plans to give? Because the press has been very anxious to talk to the president, and they're actually, some of my friends in the reporting world are texting me questions that they have for the president that they want to relay, but I just don't have the time to relay them. I guess I'll send them to you an email. Maybe he could possibly give a speech or something about that.
Yes,
but thank you so much, Mr. Schlinenbagel. And
may
we
ask
hope
me
to
a
have you
question,
again
boy.
on the Pedatstanpedople Daily Report. So,
Of course.
good night to you.
Good night, I'm asshole. Good night.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One more thing, guys, I have to add first. On the Pedatstanpedople Daily Report, yes, we're not live the last 2 days, but that was because we have some big news coming up. Big news. We got some big things. I don't want to spoil it yet. Also, I'm under a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't. So anyway, guys, I guess that's going to do it here tonight. It's kind of a dry episode, like the Sahara. But, I couldn't really think of anything to say. As you all know, this is all ad-libbed. And I'm still struggling with coming up with an outro for this video. This broadcast, but I'm going as I go along. And I'm also half dead. Because I didn't sleep last night. Because I can't sleep anymore. Since I've awoken. Before we go, I'd just like to reiterate one more time. Listen to the President's album. It's really fucking good. Also, it's the only music available right now in Pedople because everybody else that used to make music has been arrested for, let's just say, doing things that they shouldn't be doing with people that they shouldn't be doing them with. If you know what I mean. Thank you all for watching. My name is I'm an Asshole Sucking Nut as always, and this has been the Pedatstanpedople Daily Report on June 29, 2021. Good night, everybody. All right, guys. Sometimes I feel like we live in a different dimension here. When are we going to go back to the real world, are we?
I don't know, man. I do feel that same way too, man.
Jonathan, have you heard about the recent
Recent what?
dig site that they found in
No.
they found it in St. Heather, north of St. Heather. It was a flag in a document.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't hear about this yet?
No, I didn't.
No, I guess I should have broke it live on the show, but
Probably.
the document, it was a constitution like in a book, right? And but here's the thing: it wasn't like a country I had ever heard of before. It was something else as well as a flag, and I've seen variations of it before, but I've never actually seen it before. Like it was something. It was very strange, very strange.
No, I didn't see it, but what is it called?
Yeah,
what was it called? Do you remember?
want to know what it was called? Oh,
yeah.
It was the. Let me see. It was called the. Where is it? Right here. Okay. It was called the United States of America.
What? The what?
What the fuck is that? I never heard of it.
No, me neither.
Led by this guy named George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. You ever heard of those people before?
I don't know, but why does that sound very familiar to me? I've never heard it. I've never heard it before, but it sounds so real to me.
Oh my god, we're still live? Well, I guess... Oh shit, we're still live, I guess. Well, breaking news, everybody. You just heard that they found an archaeological dig site in St. Heather with strange writings from a country that has never existed in history. Many are speculating that it may be some type of alien event or something, but the country's name, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this, please write into the show if you have. The country was called the United States of America, led by George Washington, was one of the founders, I guess, of this country. But thank you all for the Pedatstanpedople Daily Report. My name is I'm an asshole suck a nut, and I just said my name wrong, but fuck it, because the video's going on for way too long anyway, and you guys probably aren't even fucking watching anymore, so good night, everybody.